So
right?
when I watched it when it first came out, I think I was because I've kind of gone nocturnal, and I
Right.
was at midnight when it like first became available for streaming,
Yeah.
and I watched it and I was just laughing like, what the fuck is this? You know?
Yeah.
And I generously logged into IMDb and I gave it a 6 out of 10, very
Woo,
generously. And
woo.
at the time when when it was reviews first started
Iron
coming
Hands.
in, it was around the same. It was around a 6. Now opening it right now, it's at a 3.8.
And that's still pretty generous, dude.
That is still.
Where's the Enterprise, bro? Like,
It is worse than Enterprise, yeah. I've
I say
got to
that
say,
so many people
I've seen
love
seen
it.
some funny memes talking about Star Trek Five, talking
Yeah,
about, haha, who's the worst movie now?
yeah. And dude, you know what though? Like, I have a special place in my heart for pretty much all Star Trek, including Enterprise, which I don't
Uh-huh.
really. If Enterprise, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but it was such a disappointment to its potential, which is why I
I can
give it
agree with
so
that.
much shit.
I can agree with
So,
that.
but
Yeah.
this was just like, and it happened because they write a script, they write a series for a season,
Uh-huh.
and then they take all of that writing, they hand it to a Paramount writer who then is written one episode of Star Trek and
Yeah.
said, make this into a movie. All
Yeah.
right, so it's gonna suck. Of course, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
didn't feel it like it's supposed to take place in that pre TOS era in the timeline. It doesn't feel like that at all.
I mean,
Like,
well, it's supposed to take place in the post Discoveries leaving
yeah, which
in the future.
yeah,
So I
which
guess that's
Discovery
pre-TOS.
is pre
That is
TOS. Yeah.
pre-TOS. Absolutely, you're absolutely
It
right.
doesn't feel like that at all. It barely feels like Star Trek at all.
Dude, can I just say
Go ahead.
the
Yeah.
absolute fucking worst part of this movie was the very fucking end when, for no reason at all, the space station warps out.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Where's it going? They don't even say where they're going. It fucking
Yeah.
folds itself up like it's goddamn
Tell
Unicron.
them to go anywhere. Like the ship is just flying itself, and then every other ship
Yeah.
also is going. What? Why?
Why?
And I don't care that it can.
Uh-huh.
I care that there's no reason.
Right. It feels like
If
there
they
was
could
a
have
scene that was
said,
cut there, or it was like, one of my biggest complaints about it is that I feel really sorry for like the costume crew and the makeup crew and the effects crew, because they're really good. Like, the
okay,
effects are good, the costumes are really good.
except for Philippa Georgiou's initial outfit at the beginning of the movie where she's got that fucking headdress over it, and
I
then a
liked it.
terrible CGI retracts itself, and her eyes are all fucking like got some sort of crazy contact. I do
I
not
don't
like
remember
that
that.
look. I feel like
Huh.
it's way the wrong area that Mirror Philippa would go for. She's like fucking hardcore goth girl, like,
Yeah.
and this is a very like, I don't know. It's a very kind of bright, fashionable look, and I just it just didn't feel like it matched. And I also just really didn't like the CGI for this particular piece. The rest of it, in terms of graphics, was well
Yeah.
executed. Yeah,
And I hate what they did with her character as well. Okay, I promise this is going to be my last thing about Section 31.
No, I
But
agree.
with her character, they're trying to, like, they had on their hands an excellent villain with an excellent actress to play it. She could have been the next Khan. Instead, they're trying to turn her into a hero somehow. You can't come back from all the fucking horrible shit that she's done.
She's an anti-hero now.
She's not even the anti-hero. She can't be. She just they should have gone full deep. They should have gone hard into her villain aspect. She should never have joined Section 31. She should have been the objective of Section 31. She would have been the villain that, like Khan, is fucking awesome, even though he's so goddamn evil. But
Well,
the
the issue is that, and I don't like everything about Discovery, but after season 1, it gets an overall pass from me, and I did enjoy it. And I did enjoy many parts of season 1, but there's a lot of it that is like, why the fucking why is this happening? But aside from that, I really liked the character arc that Mirror Philippa goes through with Burnham. And at the end of that arc, she is not the Empress anymore. She is not that brutal person. But here's the thing. Why didn't any of this fucking emotional shit come up during that story? And that's why this movie feels so detached, because this is not a character that we're familiar with. This is supposedly a character who went through that experience and is better, but somehow lamer than she was before. Instead,
I loved the opening of Section 31, where it's talked about her past and the whole mirror universe tournament that they had. Like, that was cool. I like that. And like, her final test was to fucking murder her own family. That was fucking metal.
They do this weird thing where they try to make it feel like the Empire before her was tamer. It is still intense. It is still an empire, but they talk about in the movie how like her and her ex-lover guy are like talk about in the movie, and I think maybe the micro guy who's got the fake Vulcan, which I'm not even gonna get started on that guy.
That is terrible.
I think he also mentions in one of his rants, because ex-lover told him about the expansion of the empire under her rule and how brutal it was compared to what the empire was. And so when she left, when her seat of power was vacated, the empire just was this much more rigidized, brutalized version of itself.
Correct.
Which is why when we come up to the TOS era, Spock then starts bringing it in the other direction, which weakens it, which is why in the Deep Space Nine era, they've been overrun by the Alliance. So, I mean, it basically, the Terran Empire was probably very set before that. They were probably very stable. Sorry, they're probably really stable. And then she brutalizes them, expands the Empire beyond its means, and then a seat of a vacuum of power is created. That's how Rome fell. Boom, 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 boom. All of these infighting. Eventually, Spock takes over. People are ready for reform, and they become weak. Anyway, we've spent too much time talking about this shitty movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our mini review of Section 31 inside CQB. So let's get back to the Donager.
Yeah, back to the Donager.